If you're following Depp vs. Heard, you might know Amber Heard has got a friend named Eve Barlow who is on Twitter all the time. I've got a few videos here on this. I thought they would stop, but she just keeps going. Every time Johnny does something, every time a thought comes to her mind, she's got a tweet about it. She has gained followers, by the way, from this, and she criticizes people who are gaining followers from this case. So she's a hypocrite on top of a few other things. But let's take a look what's going on now. I don't care who you believe or who you don't believe, one person is subjected to global public vilification, incessant death threats, and harassment, and it's once more the fault of the public. How dare you support mockery, violence, and dehumanization of a woman you don't know? I gotta go back to this. Let's think about it. Does she deserve it? Did she do it to herself? Did she walk out there with a, fake bruise from a bruise kit and call TMZ and have them take pictures and put it out in public? She didn't have to put her face on People magazine. Eve, include all the facts before you play the sympathy card. Before you play the sympathy card like 10 times a day. And then Eve says, it's not an escape home if mainstream media is posting it all over the internet, FFS. She's talking about Amber Heard's $1 million mansion. I think it's in California, something like that. Haven't checked the details, but it's a mansion she goes to that she called an escape home, but it got out. Obviously, when you're that big, it's going to get out. So it was an escape home, but the media follows famous people and they let information out like that. That's not to be unexpected. That's what they do. So it's not because she's Amber Heard that this house got exposed. It's because she's famous. It got exposed. It happens to all famous people. And here we go. Do we have the right to get dopamine hits or money from our number of followers or retweets or clicks? Well, Eve, you gained about 10,000 followers from the time the case started. So I guess you're also talking to yourself, which doesn't make sense. I mean, you can criticize yourself along with everybody else, but it doesn't really say much about you, I don't think. Just be honest up front. That's how the world is. People now make money talking about things on the internet, giving their opinion, sharing articles, reacting to videos, and things like that. That's the way the world's shaping up to be. There's high interest in this case. That's just a fact of reality. So I would just say, grow up on that one. And here she points out again how she's the victim of criticism and being made fun of. And then she goes on to point out how people think she is a joke. It's been more than 24 hours. I'm just a woman advocating for what's right, and I won't stop. Twitter is infinite miles wide, but only inches deep. I stand with Amber Heard. So she points out here, the hashtag Justice for JD got almost 11,000 tweets with the hashtag included, and this hashtag, Eve Barlow is a joke, got 14,500. So I guess she's a bit bitter about that. I would say, when she tweets things about 6 or 7 or 10 times a day defending Amber, then she might get that because her defenses are not that good, and a lot of times she points out misgivings about herself. And then she goes on. Trolls. He's moving on with his life. She should too. She can't. She has to wait for a verdict. He's on tour. It wasn't about the verdict for him. It was about the opportunity of a trial to further his abuse. Whatever the verdict, he continues freely. She does not. Well, you got the theme right. Yes, that's correct. It was not about the verdict. It was about exposing Amber Heard's lies to the world. That's what it was about. Yes, it wasn't about the money. It wasn't even really about the verdict. So, right for the wrong reasons, you could say. Then she says down here, you're adorable. I have no idea what that's from, but okay. And Eve Barlow and Amber stands for the last, couple of days or whatever, got to go on and on about how Johnny Depp is touring with Jeff Beck when the verdict's coming down. Of course he is. Would you want to sit there in court or even, watching a TV all tense and worried and nervous? You feel like your head's going to explode. It's like the ending of The Sopranos or something. You're sitting there. It's like, oh my God, this is the last 5 minutes. You can't even look, might as well just take your eyes off it. Let it go. Let nature take its course. Whatever happens, happens. And play some music. I personally think if you think about that psychologically, it makes a lot of sense. Johnny Depp, a self-proclaimed spokesperson for Beaten Men, is currently on tour with Jeff Beck in the UK, that same JD who was also whining about being cancelled, while Amber Heard can't even attend an event without having a panic attack. Think about it. Okay, here's the thing, idiot. Johnny Depp was cancelled by movie corporations like Warner Brothers, Disney. That's cancellation. You can go on tour with a guitar buddy of yours. No one's gonna cancel that. That's not something you can really cancel. Anyone could go on tour. I don't know the exact rules, who supports it as far as music companies, but I'm pretty sure Johnny can just set that up himself and he doesn't have to work around worrying about contracts and being canceled for that. So it's a terrible analogy and it's really got nothing to do with it. Here's one again from Lana. So Johnny Depp is on tour with Jeff Beck and I'm sure it's awesome. I'm sure it's some great music and I wish I was there. So Eve says it again. So Johnny Depp is on tour with Jeff Beck. That's right. Do you want to go, Eve? I think she wants to see the show. Meanwhile, Amber Heard doesn't have PTSD. Wake up. I'm wide awake. And when you're awake, you think about things critically, not just surface level. And here, I gotta say, she says something I've been trying to tell people that I actually do agree with. It's not really an opinion. When you look at the headlines, you check out the media platforms. This isn't something you could kind of twist around. This is how it is. So we actually agree here for this one. I don't understand why the conservative right in the US are rooting for Johnny Depp. He joked about killing Donald Trump. Okay, so what I've been saying is the right wing is heavily on Johnny's side. You will not find articles like, why shouldn't we believe Amber? Or what does it matter if Amber lied? Or those type of articles on right-wing media. They don't exist. You might find some speculation about Johnny here and there, but honestly, the 90% of it is against Amber and rooting for Johnny. I've been saying that for a long time and pointing out a lot of it. As far as joking about killing Donald Trump, well, first of all, that clip there isn't in full context and it didn't actually say Donald Trump by name, which is something Amber loves to say, doesn't she? Well, I didn't mention Johnny Depp by name, and I'm sure Eve agrees with that wholeheartedly. So Eve, using Amber's argument, Johnny didn't mention Donald Trump by name. So by your logic, Eve, I guess he's off the hook from it. And I did hear he apologized for that. Whatever. That is what it is. I just kind of need more info on that one. Because like I said, the clip of it gets around with Johnny saying that one sentence. What was the context? What were they talking about? You gotta know these things. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Doing pop culture, cyber news, Depp vs. Heard, obviously. I will keep following Eve if she continues these tweet rampages on and on and on. She's now way worse than Io Tillett ever was. At least Io Tillett did respond to fans and people, without their own platform and things like that. So even though the responses were condescending, Io at least still responded. Alright. We're done here for now. If you don't subscribe here, and you've thought about it and you still don't subscribe, I guess I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. Rant done for now. See you next time.